What's up, guys? Let me check my audio here. So I'm going live here real quick. If you happen to pop on or you're watching this recording, I'm just testing a few things. We're making some adjustments into the BotJok platform. And we are just testing a couple things out here. But I will be talking about some new updates and things that we'll be doing here. Man, what a wild market. Okay. I have down here on 8:30. I have not actually thrown this one out to the room, so this is more, like I said, just getting in and testing some stuff out here. Let's see what we got. There's some really cool stuff coming, guys. So we made some adjustments to how our community platform works, as well as some of our flow. So I kind of want to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to move my site over here so you can kind of see it. Move that up over there. I'm just going to go live here on TikTok too. All right. So what we have done within the BotJok platform is we've actually moved, everything to a central located section here. And so all of our community chat is going to be really literally right within the site. So what we have built here, which we are still going to be expanding on, you have your get started. You just click on the tile and it's going to walk you through your tutorial, a little bit about the community. Any announcements that we do will be through here. We're starting to populate some of the data from our other exchange, but you can kind of see in here, if we have any updates like on the ATA, that will come in here like this. And you can actually comment on anything, right? So if you want to leave a reply in there, you can. And then we're also doing market insights in here. So as we start to populate this data in here, it's going to look similar to our news stuff where we have our tile aspect here. So you're going to have the ATA guidance, you're going to have the market insight. So if you wanted to click on the market insight for the morning, I'll have my featured picture, just kind of showing you a couple things. You can see where we talked about resistance here. That actually played out today. And then, all the pictures will all just be within here as far as, what you need to know, right? So all your data is all in here. And again, if you have any questions on this insight, we are leaving that open, in order for you to be able to reply. So, yeah, so it's, we just want to make it all on one site, make it simple, so we're not going off on different sites. We opened up our trading floor in here even. So you can see here, it's just talking about where our discussions and stuff are going to be. And you can see we've already got a couple people coming in replying, right? We just literally opened this up. So this is where all of our communities are going to come through and just going to be discussing everything crypto and kind of what we're doing. Any signals that we do. So we put out a signal today, actually, guys. I was going to show you this. So as anybody trading the market today, you know how that went, right? So you can see this was the flow. This is the latest post, right? So we put out a Bitcoin short. You can see at 28,388 was our Bitcoin short that we had put out. And then you can see that played out pretty well, right? ITM 5. So the beauty is if you're new to trading and you're struggling on entries, I mean we do these calls for people that want to live trade, right? In case you don't want to just do the ATA, right? The automated trading assistant. We do these live trade calls. We use a lot of our custom indicators to make these calls. We even give you take profit zones where you can use to set your trailing take profits. Just keeps it simple for you guys. And you can see we also called it on short for ETH. So you can see the call was right here. We had entry 1905. So it actually pumped down and then it pumped back up. So it played out a really good entry. But you can see we actually came down, see how it came down and then it pumped back up and then we had the fall, right? So we still hit TP4 out of that. So even if you got in late, I mean, just a really great trade. So pretty excited to throw that out there, right away to get that. It was a really good win. Um, and then the option signals, I haven't populated that data over, but it'll be the same concept for those that have the options. So the exciting thing is we've actually made our training really easy. So all of our training is going to be done through YouTube, but the beauty is we actually are able to connect YouTube into our website to pull any data. So you don't have to actually go to YouTube. You could basically, click on anything that you want to do, right? So let's say, you click on the training tab, right? It's going to be in a tile format right here with brief descriptions of what it is. And that way, you know what you're clicking on. And yeah, you just, you find the one that you want. So setting up an alert and training view. Oh, I don't know how to set up my alert and training view. Let's watch it. It'll actually pop the video up right on here so you don't have to redirect. And then you're going to hit play. And it just guys, I know I talked a little bit takes you right into it. Video, so you can hear that. Explain a little bit more. And we're going to go through and tell you how to set the alerts, what the alerts are about. I mean, literally all here. You can watch other videos. If you have all day to kind of watch them. But the beauty is, you can share it if you want to. You can watch it later if you want to flag it. All the YouTube settings are within our website right here. So, and then when you're done watching it, the best part is you don't lose your place or nothing. You just hit the X, closes the video, and you can find another one. How to remove ATA trader to select a new one. Okay, we'll just click it, and you can see how quick this responds. All right, team. There it is. We're going to talk about how to remove it. When you're done watching this one, and you can see all these videos, guys. This is 1minute and 35 seconds, right? So not very long videos. We do that purposely because we want you to find what your exact problem is, right? How to trade different time frames, how to create an account on TradingView, understanding what a DCA is and how it works. Oh, I'd like to know more about what a DCA is. And we'll come in here and we'll talk about the ATA and how it uses dollar cost averaging. We refer to it as deep. And you're going to see 9 minutes and 22 seconds. Super short video, nothing crazy, right? And then you're going to hit the X there and it's gone. But you see how quickly I can flip through these, right? So we're trying to make the customer experience very seamless, very easy. We don't want you guys having to bounce in and out of different platforms or whatnot. So we're putting everything on this main site. The best part of all this, guys, you can register for BotJok for free, 100% for free. And we're giving you a ton of stuff, right? Because we're making this move over here. You will be able to access pretty much anything within here, with the exception of a few channels. So the announcements were, you would have to subscribe to the paid membership to get that, which we do a 5-day free trial. So you could always do that to try it. The market insights, because this is where we're going to do our deep dive TA, right? We're going to actually tell you where the market's going, where we see it going. So that's part of our subscription-based community. But we're going to give the free people who just want to get in and just talk to people, right? Get to know the community, ask the questions, see what it's all about. You guys get access to the trading floor, and we're going to talk about trading in here, right? So when you click on the trading floor, it's going to come into here, and you can type in here to leave a reply, right? So you will have access to that 100% for free. All you have to do is go to BotJok.com. There's a membership that says free membership. You just sign up for that. Then when you come down here, you're going to have crypto signals and option signals. This will be part of the paid membership. Even the basic paid membership, you get the crypto signals for the $99 a month. The free does not get that. But the free does get the opportunity to join in on these community events because they are hosted through YouTube. So all of these training videos within here, I mean, you have access to that, right? And the purpose is we want you to come in, we want you to see the community, we want you to get real comfortable with what we're doing, and get to know our tools, right? We live trade. We use our automated trading assistant to trade, automatically, which I'll go over here in a second. And then we also, have, indicators and other tools, right? So, but you get access to this. You get access to the training and the troubleshooting. Now, part of the perks of, so you may ask yourself, well, why would I sign up for a plan, right? Well, you're going to sign up for a plan because one, you're going to get the market insights. Two, you're going to get the actual signals where we tell you go long, go short, right? I mean, you can make the monthly subscription on one trade easily within these. I mean, and then you have under announcements, we will be posting video calls. Probably we're going to use Zoom or something of that effect. Those calls are going to be more in-depth style training, a little more personal on video. That you'll have the ability to speak, like with us. So that's kind of a perk. You will not get that in the free part, right? The other thing is that you won't get free is the ability to have an active trading ATA, right? So if you click on the trading ATA here, for those who don't know what that is, I have a Coinbase one that I was testing out. You can see test here, right, on this test account I was doing, because this is my admin account. And you can see these are our automated trading assistants, right? All the information you need to know is in here on how to run these. I'll talk a little bit about what these do. And this is for those that just, they're looking for some form of automated trading. So, and we do offer spot, if you can see that over on this side over here. My voice sounds familiar. Oh, thanks. I'd say I get that all a lot, but I don't. So, but I'll take it as a compliment, maybe, hopefully, if it was familiar, it was a good experience. Uh, so, but yeah, this is the trading ATAs. But the other thing, guys, so we do have the buy sell signals still. So these are our buy sell signals. These are the ones that I'm using here. It shows you the percentages of the win rates. We haven't touched this code in just so long. I mean, this is so much data, probably like, I would say over a year, almost 2 years worth of data since we built this code. So, I mean, this percentage win rate has been through the pumps, the dumps, and everything in between, right? You can see our spot. Looks like Dot had a little bit of a beating, but the rest of them are doing pretty good, right? LTC is not doing too well. I'll have to check on that one. It's unlikely it is a 0%. Um, but yeah, you get the buy sell signals. You can download it from the App Store or Google Play. Now, if you go to search for BotJok app on App Store or Google Play, you're not going to find it. You have to actually click this link because of the content that we have on the app. It's minimal because we primarily use it just for signals. The App Store did not let us put it on just the main app. We had to do it as like a private invite only link. So you do have to come in here and download it from here, right? So then as we come down here, we do also have our trading tools. We have our custom indicators. We make all of our own indicators. I have all of them, so ignore that. But you can see here we have the Bollinger Band, harmonic. I mean these are all custom indicators that we have. You can preview it, kind of see what it looks like. And I'll show you on my exchange here in a minute what that looks like. But that's what you get as a paid member. If you go into the very bottom here, you can see subscriptions, and you can see this is the free. Get you in. It actually gets you a lot more access than this. I'm going to update this because of the fact that now you get all the community stuff. But the primary thing is, the starter, you get everything community-wise, but you also get the automated trading assistant, and you get the buy sell signals, and you get the indicators, right? So a lot of value within that. The beauty too is we do 5 days free trial. So if you go to the main page here, let me click out under the plans, that talks a lot about that. So you can see we get 5 days free on us. So If you want to just sign up for the free one, you're not interested in doing an ATA or running the indicators, you just want to check it out, guys, just sign up for this free one. All it takes is an email. That's it. So you just come in, you sign up for an email, and boom, you're in the community. If you want to sign up to get the ATA, you can always do the starter to start, and then go from there. A lot of people actually, they'll come in at starter or pro, and then, heck, within a month or so, I mean, they're typically upgrading because their ATA is doing so well. So as their ATA account grows, they basically upgrade their account. So. But yeah, like I said, guys, we're making these changes. I mean, they're already live right now. So if you come into the account one here, and you go into, like I said, when you join into here, let me go into my dashboard here. Actually, I didn't show you the dashboard. So I have my Coinbase account. You can see he's got 46 bucks. We were just testing some things, some updates that Coinbase did with this account. But it's a super simple flow. This is just your dashboard. It's going to show you, everything you got going on. And then as you come down into the ATA one, like exchanges. So if you wanted to add an exchange, we have a really easy flow. You can do BitGet futures, spot, KuCoin futures, KuCoin spot, Binance US, Kraken spot, Coinbase spot. We accept all of these exchanges. And then whatever one you choose, there's detailed instructions on how to set that up and link that account. Once you link it in here with your API key, then it's ready to roll. And then from there, you just come down and you're going to choose your ATA, right? Which I have here. This one is doing the Coinbase spot. And these are the pairs that we support through the ATA. So you can kind of see that here. So, and we have a lot of different help videos, that you can click on to kind of help you out along the way. I mean, just so much information. And now that we're moving everything just straight to the website, we're going to just continue to grow that section of our website. So, but mostly I wanted to hop on live real quick, guys. I'm going to jump into the market a little bit here for a second, but come on in, for free. You can come on in, you can click on trading floor under community, and you can come in and say hi. All you need is an email. That's it. So come on into the trading floor. You got any questions, when I end my live, CK is inside there too. You can ask myself, you can ask CK. If you have any questions, check out the website. We have a lot of other cool stuff I didn't even touch on. Where you get as a paid member is order books. So we do a data pull from, I have a magic mouse, so I accidentally clicked on that. So we do a data pull from BitMEX, and you can see here, from BitMEX. This is real live data. This is real live orders, limit orders. I mean, it just constantly goes, doesn't stop moving. But it helps you identify your range, right? So you can see, where all the volume is. So you can see that, we have a lot of volume right here at the 28,075, right? Because obviously we're probably around that price. I haven't looked at it. But you can see a lot of people buying at 27.9. I mean, the longer the bar, the more orders that's there, right? And you can see a lot of people selling at 28.25. So we know our trading range. So that kind of helps you. We offer ETH and BTC for this currently. So you can see 1866. Look at this. A lot of orders sitting on BitMEX right now to buy at 1866. So, and then here's, where most of the orders are. So I'm going to guess the price is probably somewhere in this range, right? And you can see not a lot of sell pressure, all the way up here. There's not a lot of people shorting it, right? Up here. So, if we can break through some of these ranges, I mean, you might see that next push up. And if we can break through the 1896, and then you're going to see that push down into this range. The fact that this is growing pretty wide here anticipates that there's possibly a drop coming is probably what the market's anticipating. So just another cool tool we don't really talk about much on there, but I love the order books. I use that a lot. You don't get this one as free, but you do get it as starter. Anything on the way up. We do have free additional training, so like chart patterns, this is little trading tips, right? So if you don't know what a double top is, double bottom, it literally tells you what it is, how to trade it. You do get all this stuff in here. You get as part of the free one, right? And so like Bollinger Bands, you guys always hear about Bollinger Bands, and everybody talking about how to trade them, right? We have the free education, all the data, the text, in here to teach you how to do this. This is all free. Like you can just be in our free membership to get that. And then we have the news, right? You all know about the news. We have economic events, market cap, CoinDesk, Cointelegraph, Coin Panic, Crypto Panic, and liquidations, right? The key main to look at. So like when I'm watching a news event, I just go straight to here. I never have to leave this site. I don't go look around to a million other sites, right? I can just stay on this one. So you can see it pulls all the data right here. Forecast, you have the previous, let me turn it, there you go. You got the previous, forecast, and actual. You got the dates, you flip down, Monday, April 3rd, so you can see, we had today, we had put out in the room, on the US, we had some really big meetings coming out, between crude oil inventories, just a lot of stuff that was going to impact us, between 8:30 and 10:30, and we saw some volatility in that, right, when the markets opened. So, but yeah, you can check the news, for right here. You get this, like I said, free, because anything, guys, that you're going to find on the internet for free, it's part of the free package. We're not trying to charge you for something you can get for free anyways. The concept of why we built BotJok platform, or why we're pushing everything to the BotJok platform, is we want you to not have to go to 5 or 6 or 10 different websites. We want you to go to one website and just have everything at the fingertips, right? And we take requests if there's another site or news site or something, that we get heavy responses that people want, then we'll add it in here, right? Because we want you to just be able to access everything in one shot. I want to show you one other thing that I love how our team has set this up. So CoinDesk, right? So those who like to watch the news, and you go to CoinDesk, look at how we lay this out. I absolutely love this. So if you don't know how CoinDesk looks, let's go ahead and visit CoinDesk. So we're going to go to coindesk.com, and this is how CoinDesk is. Notice all the pop-ups, right? You got pop-up here. They want your cookies. You got pop-up here. I want you to try to find one of these articles in this mess. I mean, it's everywhere, right? It's not easy to sift through this unless you watch it daily and you know how to read through these news. I don't have time to look at every ad that CoinDesk throws out there at me, right? I want to click one button and say, okay, here's my news. Don't care, right? Here's my news. I care. Here's my news. I care. Here's my news. Don't care. If there's one that you care, you click on it, and look, it takes you directly. We're not trying to jack anything from Coindesk. We'll send you to Coindesk, but we're going to take you straight to that article instead of having to find your way through the article, right? So it's going to take you right to the article. So if you come down here and you say, is Chief Twit Elon also top Doge? Oh, well, let's see what that is. Takes you right to the article. Or good luck finding it in this, right? You're going to miss all the top information, right? Because you're going to be busy dealing with all these stupid pop-up ads, right? So that's what we added in there. We also have the same thing for under this news tab. You just expand it. And then you have the CoinDesk, Cointelegraph is the same way. We like to have at least two news outlets in there so we're not biased on one, just to kind of get a different perspective. And then we also added the Crypto Panic because a lot of people love Crypto Panic. Crypto Panic doesn't do images for those who know Crypto Panic, so we have to tile it like this. But you can see here, right? Oh, let me see what that is. You click it, and it will take you out to Crypto Panic, right? And it just highlights the article. So now you'd have to, it already highlights and clicks it, and then you can, from the right side over here, you'd be able to read it. So the objective of it is to just save you guys time. I can every morning I get on and I trade. I just literally click on this, and I just skim through this. It takes me seconds to go, wait a minute, what's going on here? Three key Ethereum price metrics, cast out on the strength of Ethereum recent rally. Okay, well, shoot. I'm gonna belong at 1980 because I'm not in the room, and or 1958 or whatever the top was because I'm not in the room, and you guys didn't hear me say stay short. You might want to click on this and figure out what's going on with the rally. But see how quick I can do that. I mean, time is money. You're going to save time just by having this type of format and type of layout, right? So, that's another, huge perk. So you got the news, you got the trading tips, all that stuff. And now we've added the community, guys, all right here. You don't even leave, you never leave BotJok. So if you wanted to, check out our community events, you just click the community events, see how quick it responds, right? This was the one I did this morning, my morning huddle. You can see there's my ugly mug right there, right? And you can pause it, play it, audio, you can watch it later. And all the YouTube features are all within here. When you're done, exit out. It's that quick. So super exciting update, and we have more to come, guys. Currently with this trading floor, the format is in a posting format. We are working on building, our team is working on building a actual live chat compatible, so that way you'll see that live chat in real time. But in the meantime, you can hop on and still post things and reply to things and such. We're also going to be adding, emojis and GIFs and all the stuff people love to add in their text. So lots of exciting things to come. In regards to the market, you can see, we got a nice little short here, guys. These indicators that you see on my trading view. So those who don't know how to trade, this is the application version of TradingView. I'm currently looking at Bitcoin. You can see right here. I typically trade on the 2-minute chart. 1 minute's a little fast for me. 5 minutes a little slow for me. I like the 2-minute. And you can see here, this was the short we called earlier in the room. I actually, for those in the room, I apologize. I was on the call here, so I didn't get to call this short here for you guys. But, just another great call by our indicators here for BTC. So, I'll give you guys a quick, look at BTC and kind of tell you my thoughts. Everybody in the community knows this is the range that I'm playing in. Gaps always fill. Gaps doesn't mean it all has to come down to here right away, but typically it's going to come down at least halfway. I'm anticipating a pullback to somewhere between 25 to area, to maybe it could break through, right, and hit to 21. It would take some news for it to, I think, come straight to here. I would suspect we'll get a bounce here. Most likely the bounce is going to come because you had some previous resistance here, previous resistance here. I have some suspicion it'll hold this support. Now, if it can't hold this support for very much, then it's going to just do this and then break down, right? We talked about in the room, we could see one more little hoorah up here, which would put us to, right around 30,000, 30,200. I think if we hit that, it's going to be a significant gap fill from there. I mean, it's going to be a big fall. So I would really caution taking any longs anywhere between 29K and 30K. It's not worth the risk of what you're going to get trapped. And so just kind of be careful on that. So Ethereum's just been on a run, guys. We talked about this in the room. When they started, preaching about alt season and whatnot, Ethereum's the lead all, right? So it just went on an absolute tear. I had a trend line here. This purple one, it just shattered it. Tried to hold it as support, couldn't do it. Came up, tried to reclaim it, couldn't do it. So you can see it turned out to be a pretty valid trend line because it blew past it, tried to hold support, which caused it to blow past it more, right? Because everybody thought, okay, we're holding as support, we're going north, so you get FOMO. Then the FOMO hit the band, right? Ended up rejecting and came back down, and then we broke below it. We tried to gain some support off of this previous trend line, pumping it back up, and then we just could not do it. It just holded as resistance. So this is actually going to create some form of M-type formation, I think, over time. which is going to cause our gap fills. So just be careful. What some of the stuff that we talk about in the room is, it's better to, um, I'll tell you, one of the things I learned as a trader a long time ago is weigh your risk with your reward. Now, what that means is don't always be bullish, don't always be bearish, right? Think about it a little bit in between. So, but you want to weigh your risk and your reward. So, what is my risk? My risk is that we fall all the way down to here, right? And retest this 200 EMA on the 1 hour. Or my risk, even further so, is that we zoom out, right? When in doubt, zoom out. Here's our lower trend line. So my true risk is that we crash and begin a descent all the way down to 1400. I don't want to be caught in that long. I don't think you do either, right? So what's the risk if we take a short, right? You come up here to about 2030. Let's go ahead and click on the daily. And I'm going to mute some of these indicators here just to give you a little more perspective on the trend line so you can see it. But you come out on the daily here and you look. So this 2030 is not just thrown out there, right? It was a previous peak after the fall from 800. We just went parabolic up to that 2000 range. It was a peak here, support through here, right? It came down, boom, through, right? It was significant here, significant as resistance here, and we have not tested it since. So it's likely that we're not going to break it the first try. So if I know my risk on a long is I could fall all the way to 1480, but my risk of a short is I'm going to get a rejection off of 2027. What is safer, right? I'm going to stay short. I mean, that's just me. But when I say stay short, I don't mean, some people take that too literal and they just go, oh, Nick said stay short. Let's just throw a short in and see what happens. No, don't do that. What you do is you want to wait till you see some form of identification to show where the resistance level is. So for instance, through this range, once you see this pump settle down, it comes down, you see it reject again twice. Well, the third time it comes up somewhere in here, you could do a scalp short. Does it again, you could do a scalp short, right? You would want to enter up in these ranges. Even if you did it here and you got caught because you went too early, it still played out because the resistance in this zone is super, super strong. So you would not want to necessarily take a short here. You'd want to take the short here off the rejection, right? Now, here's what I would do if I'm trading this short. I know what was once resistance is going to be a bumpy road of support. I want to see this either pump up and reject, then I'm going to take my short again, or I'm going to want to see this fall below this, level that we had of previous resistance and act as resistance again. Then I'm okay to take a short. So you still want to think things through. Don't just jump into it and, oh, I'm just going to take a short, right? But I'm going to tell you, every single person that tells me, gaps don't fill, 100% of the time, I don't know. Just show me somewhere it doesn't. I mean, they do always, no matter what. I mean, it may take longer, depending on the time frame, right? It may take longer. I mean, heck, you can go to the daily and say, what about the bull run? I mean, well, the gap's still filled, right? Well, that's the daily chart. Well, of course it's the daily chart. So it's going to take longer to go up and it's going to take longer to go down. But guess what? It still went up. It still filled. It still went up. It still filled. It still went up. It still filled. It just always does, right? And so even through these bumps, right, we have our fall. Then we filled the gap up. Then we had our fall. We filled the gap because remember, a gap fill doesn't have to be all the way. It could just be halfway. It doesn't to be considered gap fill. So this is a gap fill, gap fill. Now, the one thing we're missing is we have not quite made this gap fill, right? So we still have to complete this gap fill up, which would put us, somewhere in this middle range, right around 21K or something at some point. But it doesn't have to be like right now, because remember, we're on the daily. This thing could take, a few more months before that actually plays out. So, but just keep that in mind. I mean, the gap's going to fill. The only thing in between is time. For those in our room, you guys know, and if you don't know our room, we do scalping. We do long-term investing trades, but we typically are scalpers in our room. We like to get in, make our money, secure our profits, and get out. We don't typically chase long-term trends. I can make you know, two, three, $400 off of just a move like this right here, and then just get in, get out. I mean, you do that 5 times a day. I mean, you're fine, right? And there's times you may get caught, right? Where, well, you need to be smart about it and use some stop losses at times. So if I'm going to do a heavy volume trade, right, this is where the market makers get you. So you might take your shorter on here, and let's say you set your stop loss somewhere in this range based on a previous level. What do you think this wick is for? They're not stupid. The market makers are trying to wipe those stop losses, and then they pull it back. I mean, it's a known trick that they do forever, right? So, what I always recommend, don't think like every other trader thinks, right? Find that area, and sometimes it's harder. You might need to go see. I'm clicking out to higher time frames. Find the area that you think that um, other people may be using as a stop loss, and just put it up a little bit higher. I mean, you risk another, what, 40, $50, $100, but you're likely to not get caught by one of these wacko wicks right here. So, because so many times, and guys in our room, that are new, and even me when I was new, look at this fall. Um, we would do that. We would go, oh, I'm going to go short here. I'm going to take a short down here. Okay. Well, your thought as a normal trader is I'll set my stop loss above the previous high. I'm safe. Either it's going down or my stop loss is super small. I'm good. And then this happens, right? And then you get knocked out. But if you took your short up here somewhere, you have room to put your stop loss higher. And then you don't, get caught like a lot of traders do, where they stop you out and then drop. Because how many times do you go, oh man, I just lost $100, but if you would have not hit that stop loss, then you would have, made $300. But the problem with that is, as a trader, it creates a terrible mentality, because then you say, well, if I never set a stop loss, then I would have never got caught, right? Says the guy in the short down here, right? So stop losses are not a bad thing. You just have to remember, the market makers are playing a game, like we always say. We're small fish in a swimming in a big sea, right? And you just got to ride the wave, with the market makers and on how they're going to do it, right? Yeah, the gap fill is going to be down right now. So the gap fill long term is still up, but the gap fill, short term, meaning the next few weeks, is going to be down. So, and keep in mind, guys, I'm bullish overall in crypto. I'm not a bear by any means, but I just stick to the charts. I so many times, and those of you that are in the room, you guys know this. You've been with me for years, and we get to a point where you do have some trades that you'll stop out or you close out, and then you're like, man, man, the momentum's too much. It's too much, pressure. I'm just gonna close out on my short, right? And then 2 days later, it just drops like this, and it's like, oh, I knew it was gonna drop. Well, I mean, we can say that all day, right? But if we don't trust our TA, then you know you didn't really know because you closed it, right? So um, you eventually learn to trust your TA, but everything in this game is risk and reward. You just the goal is to try to use the best TA you possibly can to minimize the risk. Um, where do I have the resistance at? You said for I don't know if you're talking about Bitcoin or ETH. Bitcoin resistance right now, as you guys know, I know CK put out a TikTok about it. It's just ranging in this range. So, I mean, you could literally put a line like right there, which is around 28,767. That's where it's just continuing to peak. That's where a lot of the hard rejections came from. This one blew past it, boom, right back. It couldn't break through. Even with Ethereum going bananas, Bitcoin couldn't break through. It's just ranging. Um, so, but my high on Bitcoin, I believe it's following this trend line here. Um, you can see here. So I pulled this trend line primarily from this line here. So it's this peak here up into these peaks here. It does not exactly line up with these, so I don't know that I like that 100%. Um, but it's lined up so far since I drew it, pretty close to these. So I would imagine if we have a high, the hard rejection would be around 30,200. I think if we hit that, guys, for those who've been trading crypto for a little while, oh, I'll show you support too. Um, you guys know that there's something subconscious about 25K, 20K, 30K, 35K, like those round numbers. If you just take a short or a long on any of those freaking levels, I mean, you're gonna win because they're so hard to break, and it's just a mind game, right? And so that's why I think if we do get up here, it's gonna be a crazy, crazy hard rejection off of that. And so, but you also look at some other factors I'll show you again in a second, but you can see this is the trend line here that I'm following if you want to mark it on your own charts. This one's a little stronger because you can see as we were coming through here, right, in our accumulation phase, as it came across, we started to trend upward, but the line like lines up to every single bounce before the explosion, right? So if you take that line, I drew this a while back in the room. We all took longs right here. You guys, if anybody's in the room, you could even vouch it out, right? I actually put out a post. Maybe I'll try to find it where I said I'm stopping all my shorts on my ATAs and I'm doing 8 pairs long. I literally just went nuts and just did all long and just rode this thing up. It was so cool. Um, but I was anticipating the bounce from this trend line. It played out exactly as I thought it would. So this is a super significant support line. So if we do gap fill straight down in the next day or two, right, it's going to be something like this, which would be around 21.2 is like the low. But the thing I want you guys to be careful of is, let me mute this. So this is what I want to really, really watch here. The low I have is based on this trend line here, which is the 21.2 or so, right? Now, what I will caution you of is everybody was been watching this inverse head and shoulder, right? And that's what blew this shoulder up, and that's what blew us off the top, right? As we broke the neckline. Now, keep in mind, those of you who trade, you guys know how this goes. If we break the neckline and then we retest the neckline as support, that is where the true explosion comes. So if we can't break this neckline and act it as resistance to invalidate it back, yeah, if we can't invalidate that back, then there's just it's going to be tough to go down, right? So you can see the neckline here. That this area right here is around 25.2. I'm going to suspect we're going to probably come back down, gap fill a little bit. It's going to hit around 25.2. Now, keep in mind also, 25.2 is pretty close to the middle from the peak to the peak, right? Pretty close. So also the community could be bullish on this, right? And we could see a nice little bounce of support for a few days and then another explosion up, right? If you hold support here at the 25.2. But if this is going to be a massive line to watch, because if you not the curve, I don't want the path. If we were to come down, right, and hold support like this, some kind of double bottom, pumps up, double bottom retest, that's going to be an explosion. Now, if we were to reject off of here, come down, right, we hold this, we break below, and then we create like some kind of a double top and then a retest rejection, that's going to hit around there, right? So if you take this out and you if you pull this line out, right, anticipating the length and the time and all that, that puts you Actually, if it took some time like this, right? Which I mean, you think about it, we're on the daily, right? So this could be like a month. I mean, that would be somewhere around 23. But um, which you look here. I mean, we had our half gap fill came up, and then we had the full retest, right? So we may do the same thing, right? We may notice how it's doing the same curve, right? Same curve. We may have a first gap fill, which is going to be here, hit the 25, a bounce back or even higher, and then the true fall like that down, right? So keep in mind news. There's a lot going on in the economy, a lot going on in the markets. News trumps all TA. So, we could have news come out tomorrow that says China's attacking, and this whole thing just dumps before we go to our bull run, right, from the war. So, but that's kind of what I would say. The landmine area, which is what we talk about in our room, is going to be this neckline, and then this next one would be this area here. I would be really cautious of. So, hope that kind of helps you out. I'll put these back on here. All right. So all these indicators, like I said, these are all custom. I like having the zones. It just tells you where your support is, where your resistance is. You can see it's starting to build some lower resistance. So you're gonna, as you get your pump ups, it's gonna break through these blocks, right, of support. So my favorite one that I use a lot is the divergence tracker right here. This thing is just amazing. So it has a nice little RSI line on it that kind of tells you if you're more bullish, more bearish. Some shades here. If you're red, you might want to be looking a little short. Green, looking at a long potentially. So another thing, I think I covered this earlier. Where is it? Yeah, see, it already played out with that. So this is what I put in the room before we had our fall today. So if you guys looked at my other videos, right here, right, you have your high, you have your lower high, but you have your high and your equal high, right? So we have bearish divergence, which that played out. So which we talked about in the room, I think in one of my other videos too. Um, on how to draw the lines. You're talking about how to draw the support and resistance lines or trend lines, things like that. So the beauty is, I'll show you two different things. One, if you sign up at BotJok.com, and you can do the free one. You don't have to do anything paid. Just all it takes is an email. You get access to our training, and you also get access to the trading tips. So even in trading tips, if you go to support and resistance, we have all of the data that shows you how to determine your support and resistance, what you should look for, right? Some FAQ talks about it. And we also have in the trading tips the trend lines, how to draw the actual trend lines, what to look for, downtrend, uptrend, secondaries. We talk about even using the 200 SMA. We typically use the EMA. But yeah, so you can see here. Sorry, I had to. Yeah, so see, it really guides you through how to use these channels, right? And this is all free. Most people are not real trades, just DIY. Okay. Um, yeah, so this talks about that. And if you ever get stuck, let's say if this is not enough for you, also for free, if you click on the training section here, I didn't have that there, but it's just this part right here, training. And this is also free. You can come in here, and you can basically click on all of these different videos. We have a lot of them that talk about the ATA and how to do support and resistance and all that. So we do have a lot of training videos. I could show you right now, but it's not really something that I could just show you in 2 minutes and that you're going to probably grasp. But a lot of times the thing I'll give you a little tidbit. What we talk about in the room is you don't want to the struggle people have on where to put these lines is that you can find a trend line anywhere you want to look, right? Anywhere I want to look, I can show you a trend line. And there's a lot of like hidden trend lines. Like heck, I could take this peak here, right? Drag it across and call it a trend line. You have a peak, you have a peak, you have a peak, almost hit it. You got support, right? And you got support. It's a trend line. Maybe it's valid, maybe it's not. I mean, that's actually not a terrible trend line, right? For what we call like a pseudo trend line, because what you're looking for when you draw this line is not that it found support. So, like, to me, when you're looking close like this and you say, oh, it found support, there has to be a trend line. Maybe, but the trend line might be something as small as this, right? So it's not significant. You don't want to draw that. You want to know, right, what caused support to be held from this massive fall? What caused, you know, a candle to hit and instantly bounce, right? You want to find where's the big movements, right? Right. So that's why, like this trend line I have here, when it hit it and rejected super hard. That's a good trend line. Here, you had a super bullish candle, it hit it, rejected super hard. Now, you don't always notice that some of them will have this through, right? You want to look for where's the majority of the peaks. Peak, peak, right? Almost made it. Up and then right back. Peak, peak, peak. So you have all these touches. That's what's going to tell you is a good trend line. Now, to identify this as a strong trend line, you want to not only find resistance, but you want to look back and find support. So what was once support, I think my screen got turned. Sorry about that. So what was once support right here, right? If you go over, is now resistance. Those are strong trend lines because you want to find things that not only act as resistance, but they also converge as support, right? That's what makes a true strong trend line. And you'll find a lot of those, through here. You can even, see like this area here, right? You had a big pump support, it fell, support, it broke. Once it broke it, it was a big move. Then it broke it, it was a big move. Broke it, it was a big move, right? So this is like a kind of a midline support and resistance level. If you're below it, it's acting as resistance, right? Couldn't break it, it fell. But back here, it was support, same line. And it plays out over here too, right? Support. So it blew past, acted as support, causing the next blow past, right? Then we created a higher low, next blow pass, came down through, it broke it, fell through, and now it was this trend line that pushed it past again, which created crazy momentum. Does that kind of help answer? That's kind of a simplified version of it all, but check out BotJok.com, BotJok.com. Like I said, you can sign up for free. All you need is an email. You can come in, chat with us, check out all the free stuff we have to offer. You don't need any money at all. Just come hang out with us. So I hope that answered your question, guys. I appreciate you guys' time. I'm going to talk briefly about the ATAs that we do, and I'll show you some of the ones that I'm running. And then I'm going to head out. I got to go grab some food. But you can see here my LTC. This is the one I had up. Absolutely love this one. This is what I created a layout here for LTC. This is my automatic trading assistant. So you can see I run the gambit. That's why there's a G there. I have a long and a short both going on the BitGet server. You can see this is my long. I have my short muted right here, so I'm only trading my long. I don't know if you can see this. Let me zoom it up. So you can see in 14 days, just my longs has made $460. And this is all trades that are 100% automated. It trades on the 1 minute, you can see up here. Um, and I'm going to zoom out here, and you can see anything that is a blue one here is a buy. The green is where it sold it. This is all automated, 100%, guys. So it bought it, sold it, kept going, but it waited, bought it again, perfect DCA, sold it right here. I think, let me see. Let me zoom in easier to see. Yeah, sold it right there, rebought back in, sold it. It does all the DCAs automatically. If you hit the settings bar, this is what you get. We made it super simple. So if you don't know a lot about trading, you don't have to be an IT person to figure this out. You just choose the pair you want to trade, choose the direction you want to trade it in. I use parabolic SARs. It's one of my favorite strategies right now, but we have built-in strategies for you. You choose your exchange that you're trading on, and then this is all default here, right? Take profits. I just leave it default. You can add as many dollar cost averaging in there as you want. You have the multiplier here. The multiplier, this is a multiplier volume of your base volume. So if I have a 3 here, the next initiated trade, the first DCA it does is going to be 30, right? So 3 times 10. So, and then this one will be 50. That's how it adds the volume. So you can increase this as you want to come down. Why would you do that, you ask? Well, if you notice, this is an example here. Okay. So when you take a buy, the white line is your entry. This is your take profit zone. When you do a dollar cost average, you're actually taking volume and adding it to it. Now we do a 3 times multiplier, so it's going to be 3 times more volume on this one than it was on this one. That's going to move this entry down considerably, right? Which is going to give the ATA a better chance to get out of that trade. So if you come across, right, it almost made it. I mean, so close, right? Just kept touching. And then it finally made it out right here, right? So you got the TP1 right here. Instantly went back in, boom, sold it again, right? So if it did not do this dollar cost average, the original take profits up here, it wouldn't have actually taken profit till up into this range here, right? So that's why that does that. Now, the cool part is, I'll zoom it in too. If I mute my long and I unmute my short, you can see my shorts have made $427 in 14 days. And this is on a $5,000 account, I think that I run. So you don't need a ton of money to do that. And it's all automated, 100%. So this is my shorts. I think nope, yeah, I'm not stuck in the short. I got out of this. So look at this, guys, how amazing this is. Let me zoom back out here. All right. Okay, so let's walk through the flow of how awesome this is. And I trade options, so I love my ATA because I don't have to watch it. You can see it took the short. It's kind of funky because the DCA is here, but that's because it throws this, but it took the short on the big push down candle. Even as the ATA, right? It got faked out on this little volume candle down. Prior to that, look at this short. I mean, hit TP7. I mean, just an amazing short. Look at that. And so it did get faked out here, tried to DCA its way out. It flipped on itself, right? But look how patient it is. Did not DCA2 at all, right? So if you go to my settings, you can see I have a DCA2 set at 5% purposely. So it's super patient, did not DCA, did not DCA, did not DCA, right? It just waited, right? And it would never got out, even if it did. Maybe if it did something strong up here. So it was really cool, right? Just waited through. Look at the peak. I mean, it literally DCA'd right at the peak before the fall and got out. I mean, just absolutely nailed that. And then you come over here and boom, it's just back to trading. Shorted, shorted, shorted again. So I want to show you guys this. Like, I'm actually not in a short because my last short is sold, right? And if I mute my short, I'm currently in a long, right? So it did do one DCA. Now, here's the thing is, I only have one DCA available. And the reason why is if you're in our community, I told everybody in the community this morning, and part of my huddle If you go back and watch the huddle, if you come in free, you can watch those on my YouTube channel. But you just watch it through BotJok community. But I told everybody, look, capitalize on your longs, let it trade the longs, but don't let it do second DCA. So I'll assess this tomorrow morning, and I'll determine, do I want to add that second DCA? Do I need to? If I wake up and it's up in here, I don't need to add it, right? But if I wake up and this thing is absolutely, fallen, then I may want to do a little TA on my 1 hour and say, okay, well, my long's in trouble. Where can I get a bounce? Well, I have my midline point. I have some significant bounces that have happened off here. So I'll make my second DCA somewhere in this range. So I'm just adding a little bit of TA knowledge, right, with my decision making on the automated trading. Once you get good at it, these decisions make just they take minutes to do, and then it's all automated. I don't execute anything. All you have to do is to tell the ATA what to do, and the only options you have is, when do I want to take profit? When do I want to DCA? How much do I want to DCA? Do I want to add a stop loss? Because you can. What percentage do you want to allow it to run before you stop out? And the best one I love is stop trades after stop loss. If you take a chance on like Doge and XRP, we talked about this morning, went on a crazy run, and I told everybody, I said, you might want to short this because it's not going to hold. Even if it holds, it might go up a little bit more, but you can ride the train. I would take the risk, right? But it could keep running. So you may say, okay, enable a 3% stop loss. But if it hits that stop loss, I don't want it to take any more trades. I don't want to keep stop lossing, right? If Elon decides he wants to keep throwing out tweets, right? So you can just take your gamble, take your risk, versus reward. And if you hit your stop loss, then you're done, right? You took your chance. So you do have that setting. And then this area here, you're just telling the ATA, when do you want to close that candle? When do you want to start trading? When you close this area here and you hit close trade on chart, this is what is going to start this profit here. So all this profit is real-time stuff, right? This is from when I actually started my ATA. And that's it. Direction, take profit, DCA, do you want to stop out, and when are you starting it? That's all you have to know. And the beauty is we have in here all of the training. You click on training, right? What adding a stop loss means to my trade. Literally a video right here. You click it, pops up the video, and you get to hear my voice all over again, right? Talking about stop losses. And the video is 8 minutes. They're not very long. When you're done, you hit the X and you're back. All the training is in here, guys. Whatever you need to know on how to run this. So if you're super new, it's all there. We're actually building something for like so one of the things is we have a lot of people in our community that are experienced. We have some people that are new. We have some people that kind of in between. The biggest thing that we notice is we're getting a lot of new people, but a lot of like really new people, like that know nothing, right? Which I was there. I was one of you, once upon a time, right? So I get it. And so we're trying to think of like, how can we bridge that gap to make it super seamless for you? And so by moving our community stuff over to the actual BotJok platform, what we're building right now for you is under this Get Starting tab, you'll eventually have something that will say, hey, I'm new, I'd like a tutorial guide. Then it will pop up, a little box that will say, here's how you add your trading view. Here's how you do your lines. Here's how you do the basic settings and stuff in trading view. Then it'll walk you through how to add an exchange, and each step that it walks you through, you're actually just doing the process, and each step will have a video link that you can pop up to guide you. And by the time you're done with those steps, you'll have an ATA added and ready to go, to where all you have to do is go to your trading view and pop it in, right? So we're trying to make that super, because we're realizing that we've been preaching crypto is going to be the future and digital currency and whatnot. So you want to get in now, but people are scared, right? I mean, you see all over the news, it's like one day we're bear market and everybody's losing their house, and the next day we're in a bull run, and you should be buying Dogecoin, right? So it's confusing to new people. So we're trying to make the process extremely seamless for you. And that's why we're giving so much knowledge and education away for free, because we understand, there's a lot of communities out there. And when you're looking through TikTok and you see 25 communities, why choose ours, right? And so that's the biggest thing. And so we want you to choose ours because you want to choose our community, because you want our tools, you want our ATA, you want our indicators because they work. And so we want to give you, the ability to come in and hang out and chat with us. Check out our community. If you like it, stay. If you don't, you never paid anything anyways. And if you want to use our tools, right, then you got to pay to play, but the tools are going to pay for themselves. So, but at least it allows you to come in to get comfortable with the community. And even with the tools, you get 5 days free that you can come in and trade 100% for free, and you can set up an ATA, you can do everything for 5 days. And if you still don't like it, you can cancel and you still pay nothing. I mean, I don't know really how else we can open that up. So, yeah, you should definitely try crypto. I think you'll enjoy it. I actually I trade options on the side. So what I love about the ATA, if you trade stocks, you'll probably love this too, is I just take 30 minutes in the morning. I set up my ATA, right? Set all my settings up. You can see here on the right, I have all my alerts set up right to send off to the servers. And then I just, once I'm done, I let these things run, and then I just focus on, you can see these are my stock charts. I trade the SPY mostly on my options. You can see this was a put that we took earlier, that I did really well. I think I made like 500 or 600 bucks on this one. So we do the same calls on options as well. So you can see that there. Um, but I most of what I study is I trade the SPY on options. Sometimes I'll trade the SPX up here. And then I also obviously watch the VIX, and then the dollar. So the dollar, I'll tell you, it was funny because when I saw this pullback, guys, it was this yellow trend line is like from forever ago. If you trade stocks, you probably know about this. Um, it's got a long-standing trend line up since like 21 or something like that. So that's the line we've been watching. I'm anticipating. I don't know. There's a lot of bullishness out there. The news are flipping bullish, and whenever the news flips too bullish, it scares me because they're usually wrong. And when you come over to the higher time frames on the dollar, right? What do you see forming? You got a double bottom off of a ridiculous trend line. What happened last time we had a double bottom, which was smaller, right? I mean, we just went nuts. So I'm really curious to see if the dollar can play out this double bottom. It's up against this trend line. So if it can hold this trend line, it's going to go up like crazy, right? Possibly as high as, 109, 108. However, if it breaks this trend line, which it has not broken in like years, right? It's going to hit this, reject, and then come down hard, probably somewhere into the $95 range around here, because you have some previous support levels and you have some previous resistance levels in here. So if this does happen, that's going to be the mini bull market for sure. It may happen. I mean, we may not squeeze it here. We may actually pump up, retest this one more time, and then break it down, and then squeeze it here. But that's kind of what I've been watching. I put this out in the room in our morning huddle. I told everybody, I said, look, stay short today, guys, because we're just holding support on this line. And sure enough, the dollar pumped up, and sure enough, you can see, go down to the 5 minute. You can see, BTC right here, since we put it out, has just been bearish. So, but I don't particularly trade Tesla. I have done some options trades on Tesla. I love Tesla's like my it's like my Dogecoin of options. You know, for those who trade options, you guys know, I mean, you can make hundreds of dollars in seconds or minutes, right? It's so fast. And so the SPY doesn't move nearly as fast as what I'm used to in crypto. So I love trading the SPY because I feel like it moves in slow motion. It's almost like a little ATM machine. Um, Tesla's when I'm feeling a little excited and I've had a great week and I'm like, I'm gonna take some big trades and take a chance on a Tesla bounce, and you can just make so much money so fast, but you can also lose it super fast too. So, Tesla, Dogecoin, XRP, those are just they're so news impacted, and I call those coins like the gamblers coins, right? Like the true hardcore traders, the true people that just want to make money, they trade things like the SPX, the SPY, they trade Bitcoin, they trade Ethereum. We don't really trade Dogecoin. I just don't, right? Sometimes I do for fun, right? If I see an obvious opportunity, heck yeah. But if I know I can anticipate these reads based on how it's performed in the past, and I know it's winning and I'm earning a ton of money from it, why would I want to take a gamble, right? I mean, you know what I mean. I mean, every now and then, don't get me wrong. I mean, every now and then I come over here and I say, man, the spy's like taking candy from a baby. It's too easy. I'm gonna go play Tesla, and I'll pop in, Tesla. But you can you can come up here, right? And we can put in Tesla, right? And the indicators will convert over to it, which is really cool. Um, so I haven't looked at Tesla in a while, but it looks like we actually did a good put on this one too. Man, maybe I should see. This is what I was talking about, lottery ticket. Dang, maybe I should have did this one, right? Look at this thing. It actually called it. So we had an entry short over here, right? And look at this. I mean, this is like TP 17 or something. This is crazy. Yeah, I know. And look at this. The indicator called it. Called said to go short, and it just absolutely tanked. So man, maybe I should have traded that one today. See what you're doing. Now you're getting me all like, dang, this is my FOMO. I should go trade Tesla so I can be a millionaire. And then I'm gonna go in and then go the wrong way and be like, man, that one person told me to trade it. Should have just stuck with my SPY. um, no, but yeah, I don't mind trading it from time to time. So I mean, all of the market kind of went down today, anyways. And I'm anticipating potentially, that we're going to continue to head down a little bit tomorrow too. So it's my anticipation. I mean, you can see on the after hour or on the SPY here, you had your double top, your retest fail, lower highs. I actually took if you take the SPX, oh, I got rid of my trend line. Shoot. But for those that are watching, I mean, you can see you had an obvious trend line coming down right here. And so when we hit this area right here, right, was it this one? Let's say I'm on the 2 minute. No, 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 no. That wasn't it. Hold on. No, it was this one. Yesterday's. Okay. This is what I knew I had my line. Okay. So if you go to, this is what we were, let me mute some of these I'll mute my indicators because I use the indicators to trade it, but I love my trend lines on it, right? So when we looked at here, right? So you had your trend line down, we broke above it. Now we're retesting it as support. If this can hold as support, we're going to get a pretty nasty bounce up, possibly creating that double top like this, right? So we may have one more push up that way. Now, if we break this level and we act as resistance, then it's just going to gap fill this, and it's going to be a pretty fun fall. Um, but yeah, so when we were driving up like this, you can see we had resistance here, resistances along the way, right? I mean, it was an easy rejection. So taking a put off of this level was I mean, it was like child's play. Yeah, I mean, you should check it out. Come on into the room, for free. You can check us out and, join some of the morning huddles, and we can talk about trend lines and all that, and we'll definitely help you out. It can be confusing, not only for the line, but to identify the significance of the line um, is typically the most confusing of it, right? So you're going to see like I have a bunch of different lines. Some are different colors. My color code scheme is it's kind of like when your room's messy, but it's not messy to you because you know everything is. That's how I have everything color coded. I use different sizes. My yellows are typically my verticals, or not not my vertical, my horizontals across, and then my trend lines. I typically color code for a reason. So, but I have my own system that kind of works for me on that. Um, but that's all I got, guys. I do have to jump off. It's getting a little bit late. But I just wanted to pop on. Mostly I wanted to pop on because I wanted to talk to you guys about the new community stuff we're doing and the free, opportunities that we have inside the room. Come in, hang out. Um, and if you hop in, just say hi. So I'll be happy to help you out, and you'll see me chatting in there. I monitor the room pretty much 24/7. So. If I see you in there, I'll probably respond. So, but I appreciate you guys' time. I do have a huddle tomorrow, so I do a huddle every morning, 8:30 EST, 8:30 in the morning EST. So I do that huddle. I do record it as well, but I try to go live on TikTok as well, so you can pop on there, and I usually go through the market, what I see before the market opens, how I'm adjusting my ATAs. You can follow with me if you like. So um, man, look at this pullback on ETH, like we were talking about. I mean, this was just too good to be true. So I mean, we took some crazy shorts up in here. So um, yeah, it's gonna be wild. So, but we got to break this red line. It's got to break 1880 because 1880 was resistance for like ever. If we break 1880 and it acts as resistance, it's coming down hard. If it holds as support around this 1880 range, we're gonna pump up again. So just keep an eye on that. But you guys have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning.